Today I want to quickly have a look at the BoomiX. I want to show the tools you need, and I want to show you how to properly mount the BoomiX on any surface in a way that it is 100% secure. I mean, 100% is nothing, but at least 99% secure. The BoomiX has been engineered and developed for windsurfing. However, it can be used for many other action sports. The BoomiX uses standard GoPro style mount with a stainless steel screw. The BoomiX itself is out of aluminium. It has been CNC'd out of one block of aluminium, so it's one piece. And we've cut a thread in here. The stainless steel screw goes in here, and it needs a Allen wrench sized number 3. That's how it looks. The slots are highly accurate, and they fit very nicely and very tightly GoPro mounts. As you can see, it's very tight, and I've been using it for this camera with the housing. It's pretty heavy. I've also been using it with the GoPro Max, which is a very heavy camera, and I have to say it really stays nicely, very nicely in position. And the aluminium has a certain flexibility, so while you tighten it down, the aluminium is going to compress the slots, the counter slots, and it's going to give you a very nice and tight hold on the camera. So I'm very happy with that, and that works. So this BoomiX here has been used in salt water, has been used in lakes, sweet water, and as you can see, it looks pretty much new. Only the bungee rope, I've been using that one here for 2 years. The bungee rope is still very flexible, very nice. It's a good quality bungee rope. It's just a little bit, it's not as wide as it was once when it was new, but so the bungee rope holds up pretty well to salt water. It is a salt water resistant bungee rope, so yeah, holds up pretty nicely. However, I use it more in lakes than in salt water, so you might have a shorter lifetime on the bungee rope than 2 years like I have. I mean, this bungee rope is going to hold on for another year or two, no problem. However, replacement bungee ropes can always be ordered online on my homepage. And the way how it works is compression and friction. Its own pressure will secure the BoomiX to the boom, and the harder you surf, the harder you ride, the better the BoomiX is going to hold on. So first you wrap it around anything you want to mount. With the second last loop, you don't go into the slot, but you go around the knob, then you go around one more time, and then the last one goes into the slot, and then you are pushing the rope right on top of the last round, of the last loop. And as you can see, the harder you are going, the harder the BoomiX is going to be used, and the harder it's going to be pulled, counter pulled here, the harder the bungee rope is going to press and compress to the last loop. So it secures, the more you use it, the more pressure there is, the more it secures the BoomiX to the boom or to wherever you mount it. And to loosen it up, it's very easy. You just pull and it's done. So I have a longer bungee rope here. And by the way, you don't need to order the bungee rope at my store. You can order that in any hardware store. So I'm just going to quickly show the surfaces you can mount the BoomiX. So for example, a square. So there is this adapter, flat piece adapter. So how you're gonna do, just hold on the BoomiX on the surface, then go around depending on the length of the bungee rope. And you don't need to tighten it down strongly. It's enough if you tighten it down with a little bit of tension, not too much. And that's gonna be plenty enough. Due to the several loops that we have, it gives a nice surface to hold on. And you can see I am not tightening it down nearly at all here, just a little bit. And you're gonna see how well that sticks to that. It's not moving and not going anywhere. So however, look at the second last loop here. I'll go around the knob. I'll go around, squish the bungee into the slot, and then I'm pushing the second last loop on top of the last loop, on top of the bungee rope, and that's a very, very secure mount. And yeah, I mean, you can see this holds on, even if it's very loose, it's not strong. Huh? So this is a nice and tight secure mount. And to loosen it up, like that, done. Now to mount it on a larger plate, you have the adapter here. It's actually a rubber adapter. It's flexible and it adjusts. So put it on top of the surface, go around once, twice, around, depending on the length of your bungee rope. And you can see I'm not tightening it down really heavily. The second last loop around the knob, into the slot, and done. And you can see it holds on. I can't even move it like that. And last but not least, tighten it down around something round, like a boom or a mast. So depending if you mount it on a boom, on the neoprene part of the boom, you have already the cutout that mounts nicely on the neoprene part. Wherever there is a soft surface, you don't need to use the adapter. You can just slide it out. However, if you are using it on a mast where there is no neoprene, or at the end of the boom where there is no neoprene, use the adapter. And also here you don't need to tighten it down like crazy. Push it down a bit, then go around with your bungee cord. Don't tighten it down too much. The second last loop goes around the knob into the slot with the last loop. Push it over and you're done. And you can see how well the adapter here fits around, adjusts to the diameter of whatever you of a mast or of boom or whatever round you want to mount it on. And let me say, this plastic piece, this rubber piece here, the adapter, is a pretty tough piece of rubber, which is going to last quite a while. Also, this is the original piece I'm using now since years. It looks like new. So salt water and the stress didn't hurt it at all. Yeah, you could see that I didn't tighten it a lot, so it's just a little tension on it. The rope is not too extended. It kept pretty much its diameter. That's how it should be. And that BoomiX here is, yeah, so you can see that holds on pretty well. Yeah, that holds on pretty well. It's tough, it's not gonna go anywhere. And once you mount your camera into the slots, because the slots are very tight tolerance, this is a very nice mount and it's not moving. It's very nice. And as I said at the beginning, the GoPro Max is a heavy piece of camera, and I tighten it down in here. It has actually the same tolerances than the adapter for the Sleeks. So very nice, holds up very well. However, if you use not a GoPro but another brand that has the same slot type of mount, and you feel that you can't tighten it down enough so that it holds on, might be that the diameter there on other brands are not so precise and not always the same. Some are a tenth of a millimeter larger or thicker or not. Then what you can do is just add a little glue in between, just to add a layer of resistance inside. I mean, I haven't encountered a case where I could not tighten down that properly enough. And you can also see, using it, let me see if I can put that in the right angle here. Using it for a few years now, you can see that in between the slots there is some calc, that might be salt and a little bit of dirt, and yeah, that makes the aluminium less slippery. So I'm not going to clean that out. So consider one thing: the proper way to mount the BoomiX, to secure the BoomiX. This is important. This is very important. Is that the second last loop goes around that knob, and the second last loop goes on top of the last loop of the bungee rope. Having done that, the more stress there is on the bungee rope, the more stress there is on the mount, the better it's going to hold up, and the better it's going to be mounted, and the better it's fixed. So you're not going to lose your camera again. Let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe and like the channel. That always helps. And